I want to live my best life. I want to, I want to clean this crap up. I want to be done with this crap of childhood. How do I go about it? And the guide so clearly said, you let your inner child lead.
Yeah.
Let the inner child,
Yeah.
as that thing pops up, as the feelings get hurt,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be great? I see the day when we're going to have the energy around that, of that moment of, oh boy, yay, there, she's
Yeah.
showing me the way. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yay, baby
Yeah.
girl. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Showing me the
Yeah.
way. This is it. And and
Mhm.
and it's no fun to be hurt. It's no fun to have those feelings. But when
Mhm.
when we can see where it takes us, and the growth that happens, and the healing that happens, and the opportunity that happens, we without those opportunities, without those happenstances of the feelings getting hurt, which are divinely orchestrated, by the way,
Yeah.
absolutely divinely orchestrated,
Yes.
that the hit comes, and it gives us the opportunity to reach into that little girl, into those emotions, and experience what we need to experience, and love what we need to love, and be brought back to the realization that this is a journey. It is a journey. We will never be done. It is a journey. It will never be over. And no matter how high, and no matter how awesome, how much percentage of our life is those moments like Brenda described, those beautiful moments of joy, there's there I don't imagine that there will ever be a time when we're not going to have more things to transcend. Now, I don't know if it will always be inner child work. That maybe that stuff will eventually be done. I don't know. It isn't yet for me, but it's only been a few years.
Yeah.
Imagine, little Charlie, 6 years old, and being taught that when she has her feelings hurt, she can sit with herself and give herself what she needs. She's not going to have it between her and her authentic self that we do.
Right.
This is
So then I cannot feel anything. So, and that's a bit, yeah, not, am I hungry? I don't know. Am I thirsty? I don't know. Shall I do walk the dogs? I don't know. It's a bit
interesting.
strange. But I was also happy because I think, oh, I'm just reshaken. I'm just restirred. Something is moving inside of me. And I
Right.
hope I can let go of old patterns. I can let go of old habits that don't serve me.
Yep.
And maybe also let go of fears, what I'm maybe aware of or not aware of.
Yep.
It was the rest of the day. And Friday,
Yeah. I
was
have
like,
felt
okay,
very much, Joe, very much like that. Just what you just described, like stuff has been just twirled up. It's not like there's anything dramatically bad happening, but I feel a little bit out of whack. And
yeah,
we're bound to, any time that you are having a transformational time in your life, of course it's not going to feel steady and secure. It's going to feel rocky. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
So
Well,
I
thank you
was
for sharing
pleased.
that.
And I also set
Yeah,
the intention right away. I was like, okay, please don't let me go straight back tomorrow into my old, because I
right,
know I have my own security mail things. Please help me to, yeah, stay open, stay more open.
right.
Please, angels, please, universe, please help me with that.
Yeah.
I set the
I,
intention.
yeah, there you go. I was just going to say, I was just going to take it that one step farther and say, it does not a thing wrong with asking for help once you've set your intention. They need to know your clarity. That intention is so powerful. That is one of the greatest tools that they have given me in like a practical, usable way of going about stuff. And that is setting our friggin' intention with clarity, with our strength, with our with our knowingness, even if we don't feel it, we know that when we speak our intention, it is powerful. And when we speak it, then we say, come on, baby, come to mama. Wanting all the help that anybody, any beings of light, any whatever that's out there that has got a spare minute or a spare wing, come my way.
Yeah.
For sure. No, good job. Good job. How about Joe number 2?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi,
So
sweet
I'm
pea.
sitting in the dark with my 2 dogs. So I'm looking at my picture and it's like, ooh, it looks kind of spooky. It's like I'm in a seance or something. But
Pretty close.
yeah, I know. Yeah, just a different kind. Yeah, oh my gosh, I've been doing wonderful, and
Good.
it was interesting at I can't remember the whole window of the Lionsgate, but early on, before I even realized that it was, beginning of August, late July, whatever, before I even realized that it had already started technically. I kind of had that off feeling and just like something's stirring, something's going on. But then by the time we got to 8/8, then I just felt energized and I could just feel everything pulsing and everything just moving and shifting, and it was really, really interesting. And then the next day, uh, I was a little more tired, but just for like a brief period. It's interesting. I can tell now when I kind of get downloads of energy and integrating things, because I will suddenly just go from feeling normal or even kind of energized to, oh my gosh, I have to take a nap right now. And then the minute I doze off and then wake up, just even for a brief time, then it's like I'm back to where I was. It's almost like my body just like, okay, stop. Okay, now go ahead. And it is so weird, just kind of 0 to 60, but I love it because I can pay attention to it and feel it, and it's evidence of things, shifting.
Yep.
But more I notice just in my perspective shift, and the the highs and lows are more smooth. And it just, when I'll experience something and then I'll stop and think, oh wow, that, like, I really, before it was a little bit of a reach, or was more deliberate, and okay, I'm going to shift my perspective, okay, I'm going to look at this differently, and then I will, and then it will feel better. And then you just practice it till it becomes a habit, or just your new state. But it's almost like I went there without having to practice, or I just feel so solid and so in my power. It's just, it's not even that, okay, I'm shifting my beliefs, and I'm in the knowing, and it's wow.
It's
It's
wonderful.
amazing. So
That is
yeah.
wonderful. That
And
is
thank you.
wonderful.
You were a part of that.
Oh,
So thank you.
well, we're
And
all
all
in
of
this
you.
together.
Exactly.
That's right.
Everyone and their
We're,
collective energy and that
yep.
activation and all these calls.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Mwah, everyone.
It's a special time. Miss Mina, hello. Good
Yeah.
morning. Miss Mina, you got your hand up. Did you want to talk?
Yes, hi. Can you
Hi,
hear me?
sweetie. I can.
Yeah. So I before the Lionsgate was not well at all and progressively got better. After the Lionsgate, I was feeling a little better, but I'm actually still sleeping 10 to 12 hours a day. And I can't help myself. It just happens. Like I literally just got up half an hour ago.
Wow.
And I went to bed at 9 o'clock last night. So the amount of sleep my body has been needing, and the last retreat I went to, I had all this heartburn. So the last 4 days, I've had all this heartburn. Like it feels like it's just, I don't know, something's happening, because it's very strange. But yeah, I don't know what's happening, but something's happening. So we'll see.
I think how Joe described it is perfect.
Yeah.
We have each individually had our baseline shaken. I think of my mother used to have one of those jars that she'd make like Italian dressing in. and she'd shake it and all the herbs would fly around and then they'd settle down. I feel like my herbs are flying around. I really do. It's not bad. And honestly, compared to, a couple of 3 years ago, my baseline is so much higher than it's ever been. So what does that mean? That's a really interesting point. Hi, Kathy, welcome. Um, you know, for one thing, I am way, way more sensitive to anything that's off. I am so much more sensitive to anything that's off in a way. Now that said, I can also stand in the tsunami and it blows right by me. If that makes any sense at all, I have the sensitivity that when something has disrupted me, I really, really feel it. But I have a strength, I have a stability and a strength in the world that I have never, ever had access to. And
That I
it,
have to, yeah, sorry, that I have to agree with as well. I feel the same way. I don't let, not much can tip me over.
right,
So
right.
yeah, no, I completely agree with you. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's that aspect of me is just getting better and stronger and more. Um, yeah, I think that's the one thing I have noticed lately, that it's harder to shake me. So yeah, not sure, but I am feeling it. I know next year I'm writing the whole week off in the calendar and I'm not doing anything because it's powerful energy and I didn't even recognize it. And I think throughout the years you probably thought, oh man, August is always so like stressful, but you know, we've always had the Lions Gate, and now that we're recognizing
Right.
it, you know,
Right.
we can be more prepared, I think. So it's
Right.
wonderful that we know. And I have to say, after your ceremony, I couldn't keep my eyes open. I had another class I needed to attend, and I needed to sleep. I could barely keep my eyes open. So that was very powerful as well.
Yeah, I was wiped. I was wiped for sure. Yeah, that was an incredible experience. The whole thing. There was a feeling of ceremony around it that is, that was unique. It was 100% spirit led. I mean, my God, you guys know me in technology. I made that piece of music that morning. How did that happen? I don't have that kind of technology ability. And I threw that friggin' thing together because they wanted it to be there. And it just happened, and there it was. Boom, I had it ready to go. And the ease of, even I had no idea how to utilize it. Your ego brain, you want things to be smooth, you want things to be nice, you know what I mean? And I'm like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to turn this? Is it going to turn on and off? Is it going to play steady? It was so organic the way they stopped it at one point and talked, and then they started it again and went on, and it was like, it felt like the most natural thing in the friggin' world. And that also, the cool thing about that piece of music, I was talking with Stephanie this morning. I said that music was basically about a 2 minute, maybe it was a 4 minute segment. I can't remember, one or the other. I did a segment of drumming. I prayed. I reached into Mother Earth. I felt very strongly that that was where the music would come from. I felt so very deliberately reached into Mother Earth. I did the drumming, then I did the chanting, and then I did the ohms. 3 different recordings. Then I put them into Canva and I layered them together. Pretty damn fancy, if I don't say so myself. But I put it together. The way the music, it built, and then it started over again, and then it built and it started over again, and it built and it started over again. What that did to me inside energetically was I felt like it was a spiral. and it would just take me and it would take me. And every time it took me, I felt like I was accessing a different realm or dimension. I know that when we listen back to it, we're going to hear every time the dialect would be different. Every time what I was seeing in my mind would be different. It was like, phew, phew, phew. I'm reaching, and the reach was so much greater because of the Lion's Gate. The Lion's Gate took some of, I don't even know how to talk to it, but some of the resistance, maybe that's a good way to say it. The resistance that's normally there as I project my reach across, it's like there wasn't the resistance, so I could just go so much farther. That's what it felt like. It was really, and then the best part of that whole thing was when whoever asked me, what did you see, Kelly? When she said, what did you see? They just gave me this wave inside. And I literally, I can see it in my mind's eye. It's like floating strands in shapes, floating strands of energy in shapes. And I almost feel like if you had a big old wash tub full of strands of thread floating in, and you could take your hand and just scoop through and pick it up. That's what it felt like. That the energy was these, I was just grabbing and maneuvering and moving, and oh, it was incredible. It was an incredible experience on this end too. And they said that it was going to do what we were ready for, and I think each of us are going to have our own personal experience.